Yes. Okay, so I teach middle school. It's a new class called Innovation Class, and the curriculum is wide open.
Okay.
They really just want to, and Andy actually, hi Andy, teaches the same class at the elementary level for kindergarten through fifth grade. And he started the class last year in the district, and then I joined the team this year. And pretty much the administration just wants us to ignite the passion for technology and problem solving and innovation with the students. So
Very cool. Very
I
cool.
figured no better place to start than to figure out what the kids are interested in.
Right.
And that's Andy told me about Thrively last year, and so
Oh,
we just started with that. And I've had about probably most of my 200 kids have taken the assessment, and that's
oh,
where I
oh, that's-
am right now. So I'm
oh,
ready for you to tell me what's next.
oh, very cool. Very cool. Hey, one other thing I just want to ask you, do you know Don Vetrick by any chance? Have you guys heard of
Say
him?
that.
Don
What is it?
Vetrick?
I've
Don.
not.
Okay, all right. Perfect. So, I'm going to share my screen here. Hey, Andy.
He's having trouble hearing
Hi.
right now, so
Oh,
I
he
told
can.
him to get some headphones and try see if that will help.
Yeah, I muted him, so oh no, he's unmuted. Uh, okay. So let me share my screen here and tell me.
He's going to get headphones.
Okay, are you seeing my screen here? Oops,
Oops.
sorry. This is not the one.
Yep,
Okay,
I see it.
perfect. All right. So, just give you a quick, I'm so glad that your kids have already taken the strength assessment. Hopefully they had fun. Okay. Did they have fun?
Yeah, some of them were very confused. So why are we doing this? I
Okay.
said, this is the best test you'll ever take because there are no wrong answers.
And that's a good one. That's the right way to answer it. So, I'm just going to quickly give you go through like a couple of slides, Elena, Andy. So, uh, just to let you know, before I jump into what Trively is, this is the first slide I put up. Okay, and I think your kids want to know that, and you want to know. Think of Einstein and Beyonce, Spielberg, and Richard Branson in your classroom. Would you have recognized their genius? That's the question Elena, I ask you. So now that is exactly what we plan to do with Thrively. Okay, and find your kids with superpowers. So, at a high level, Thrively, we call it a interest-based, hands-on interest-based platform, okay, that develops the whole child. Okay, with Thrively, the kids embark on a journey of self-awareness, exploration, and action. Okay, still hear me, Elena?
Yes, I just muted myself because kids are going to start coming
Okay, yeah.
in.
Okay, just let me know if if interrupt me. Okay, as I said, right, the students embark in a journey of self-awareness, exploration, and action. So the first part is to help kids know themselves, who they are, okay, and identify their top strengths. A lot of the kids, they middle school is the perfect age. I call it transformative years. So they're trying to figure out themselves, who they are, and so you already taken the strength assessment. Okay, so I'm not going to say much about it. Just to give you a little bit more color, we teamed up with leading pediatric neuropsychologists. So there are 7 board-certified pediatric neuropsychologists. We are working with 2 of them, Janine Weissman and Jamie Kimmel, with 50 years of experience working with kids. So unlike other, I don't know whether you have heard about Gallup Strength Explorer, which are more done for adults and also psychological assessments. So this is a ground up developed for kids, and we measure 23 strength areas. So I think you saw all that. At the end of it, every kid is going to get a very positive and uplifting profile of who they are. The next step in the process is what we call the exploration. Okay, so you kind of know who you are. Now, how do we help kids explore all the different interests? Okay, if you ask a kid, what is that you're interested in, very likely they may say, basketball or baseball or something that they're exposed to. How do we help kids exposed to all the enrichment out there? Okay, so we have curated over 170,000 enrichment opportunities. These are your local activities, national activities, summer camps. I need to see how much we have got in Missouri area, but across 250 interest areas, we have curated a lot of activities, so kids get exposed to all that. The pathways is where, if you ask a kid, what is that you want to become in life, most likely 90% of them will be looking at your face, as if you have come from Mars. 10% of the kids are aspirational. I want to become a veterinarian, fireman, doctor, and both of them have no idea what that means. So we have curated thousands of videos, what we call experience videos, day in the life of a, so, day in the life of a doctor, day in the life of a scientist, day in the life of an educator. So kids, when they watch those 5-10 minute videos, they get to understand, who they are, okay, or what that means, to become a doctor or organic farmer. So we are exposing kids to all this, enrichment, and what does that each of these, pathway mean to them, okay. We also have a lot of inspirational videos. The third area is what we call values and skills. This is the big part of what can be leveraged in the innovation class. So your strengths, your interests, your passion, pathway, what you want to pursue. How do we help kids build values and skills necessary to pursue their passion? Okay, when we talk about values, we are talking about confidence, grit, purpose, self-awareness, gratitude, self-control, all of that. Okay, and the skills are what we call 4Cs: creativity, collaboration, critical thinking, uh, communication. So how do we help kids build all the necessary values and skills to be able to pursue their passion? The third area is what we call action. So now you know your strengths, you know your interests, you know your passions, you're building these skills and values necessary to pursue your passion. Now you need to take action. Okay, so this is going to be a big part of your innovation class if you're using Thrively. So we have features around action, what we call projects. So you can turn every interest into learning. So we'll talk about that. I'll show that to you in the demo. And then we have got what we call sparks. Okay, this is a lot of content that we have curated across interest areas for kids to understand more about those. Okay, so this is also going to be very helpful. And digital portfolio, as you are doing things, track all of the things that you are doing, so you can build a digital portfolio for yourself. So I'm going to jump into the product. So I just wanted to kind of set the context of how you see Thrively as a journey. We have built Thrively as a journey from K to 12. So allow to figure out how we can help you, with your innovation class. So do you have any questions at this time? I'm going to jump into the demo, so that makes it easier.
Nope, that sounds great.
Okay, perfect. So I'm sure this screen is familiar. So this is a demo account. Okay, so you should be seeing the same thing. Okay, so as you can see here, Elena and Andy, I think when you go to your Manage My Class, I think you already seen this. Okay, here is where you have your roster. Elena, you said 200 of your kids have already taken the strength assessment, right? Okay, so the way it starts, the whole exercise is, the kid is looking at it. So I'm just, you as a teacher can get into your individual kid's dashboard. So this is where you are. Everything that kids are doing, okay, so we kind of, they get to see it, okay, their progress. So, the first feature we kind of talked about is, this is something I don't think that they necessarily need to do it in the classroom, but this is something, outside of the classroom, they could be looking at it, okay. So this is what I talked to you about, all the activities that we have curated. So based on their strengths, interests, and passion area, we are surfacing, activities that they could be doing, in their neighborhood. Okay, one based on their strengths. Here are the things that you could be doing. So they might get exposed to computers to, innovate all the innovation stuff. Not just the physical activities that they can be doing, but also apps that they can be, over the weekend if they want to, whatever their passion area they want to pursue, they can download some apps. We also have, try something new, what we call, remember the whole idea of Thrively is to develop the whole child. So we are also, if we don't use the word weakness, instead of that, if you tell a kid you're weak in this area, go and do this, that's not very motivational. Instead, we go and say, hey, try something new, get out of your comfort zone, all these opportunities. And serendipity is a big part of Thrively. So based on their strengths and interests, we keep exposing kids to other interests. So that is how the kid may not be thinking of robotics, the kid may not be thinking of engineering, so he can start looking at all the new interests. Okay, the pathways are, this is if the kids go there, right? So this is what we call, here is a doctor, engineer, scientist, uh, because that's what, I don't know whether you saw, as part of onboarding, the kid said, here is what my interests are, here is what I would love to become when I grow up. So we have curated, as you can see, a lot of these videos. So the kids get to watch these things. If you're a doctor, what does a doctor mean, right? Here, a day in the life of a dermatologist. Here is a day in the life of a neurosurgeon, day in the life of a respiratory therapist. Okay, if you're an engineer, you can see a whole lot of activities. Exactly, there's so many videos that they could be doing. Whether you want to become a mechanical engineer to a software engineer. So this is where the innovation happens. Okay, for them to understand more about each of these. Okay, and then we don't stop there. We go and say, hey, here are some cool activities that you could be doing. Look at this. Here is a creative building to motorized machine learning. Okay, so all these cool activities that they are not exposed to, so we start surfacing all of them because that's what they're interested in. And also the innovation, what we call inspirational videos. Okay, look at what other kids are doing, and they get to watch that and motivate them. So passion is about two things, right? One is either you do it or you watch others and get inspired by that. Again, serendipity, based on your strengths and all that, we expose you to other pathways, because kids have no idea, especially they're exploring different things, and we start surfacing all that. The big part of that, you could be using in the innovation class is what we call values and skills. Okay, helping with leadership and a lot of other things as well. So as you can see, from social emotional learning to social responsibility to the 4 C's. So here is where a lot of them you could be using in your innovation class. How do we help kids with collaboration, critical creativity, critical thinking? We have built a lot of lessons. Okay, so these lessons are all like 20 minutes to 40 minutes that can be done in a classroom. Okay, here is about entrepreneurship. Okay, this kid, 9-year-old kid, who created an arcade, and then how did he go about doing that? Okay, kids can watch that, and as you can see here, every uh, basically the way it is constructed is there are 2 to 3 exercises part of each lesson. So we call this a lesson. So there is, as you can see, exercise 1 and exercise 2, and then after each exercise, kids get to reflect upon that. Okay, so this is kind of help with critical thinking, obviously. So they get to watch the video. It'll be generally a video or an audio clip or a website article. Kids get to watch it and then reflect upon that. And here is an example. If this is a great one, you can try it out today. Okay, are kids ready to become an entrepreneur? Okay, and so you can see. So there are a lot of lessons that we are publishing as we go along. Okay, so this is where, as you can see here, right? The future of robotics, mission to Mars. Okay, so we'll start posting a lot of these, lessons as you go along. So our goal is to get like 10,000 minutes of instructional time around it. Okay, and then you as a teacher will be able to look at all the journal entries the kids are creating. Okay, okay, and then you can also reply to that. So the big part that can be done is, okay, once the kids get to a point where they can identify a project. Okay, here is what I'm going to be doing as part of my innovation class. So I think the way I see it is, first they understood their strengths. They can explore different pathways. Watch different videos. They can go into values and skills and watch some of the lessons. Okay, so continue to inspire them, and once they are kind of ready to what is that project I need to be doing. So this is where Elena and Andy, we call this projects. Okay, a kid is interested in anything, we are going to turn that into a lifelong learning. Okay, so now here is an example of, within the innovation class, 5 kids came to you and then say, we want to learn, more about robotics. So now you can group them, okay, within your innovation class, and then you can go to the resources tab, and either through Thrively, you can post all these resources. It's all under Sparks, or if you are aware of all these, other links, so you can add it yourself. So you can go here, click on the, add resource, and post the website link. Now, what is happening on the left side is kids are now collaborating. Okay, so what you just did is, okay, 4 or 5 kids came together and they are sharing information. You as a teacher can post all the information about robotics, so you become a learning facilitator, and kids are doing things, and now they can start posting all that. Either posting videos or they're posting pictures, and they're posting documents. So they are working on a project, and they get to use this for collaboration. Okay, so this kind of everything that they created as part of their artifacts is all stored here. So this becomes their lifelong learning, and you can actually get kids to collaborate across 6th and 7th and 8th graders. I don't know whether all 3 grades come to you or there are 3 separate grades, but you can let kids kind of collaborate that. So anything that they're interested in, you can just go and create a quick group on that, and then add the kids, and then off to races. Okay, and you can always jump in whenever they need help, and they can collaborate on that. Okay, the other thing that is done in the innovation class, what we call okay, the enrichment time. Okay, so here is the sparks. As you can see, we have curated thousands of websites here. So especially around learn to code. If the kids are interested in coding, they can start STEM. So not everything, because this is innovation class. So more in STEM and learn to code and practical life skills. Okay, the kids could be exploring these sites. Okay, and learn more about it. Okay, so again, there is exploration part of it, and then they kind of deepen their passion, and then hands-on, they could be collaborating together. The other thing I want to show you as part of this, the output. So obviously you want to know the kids can go and kind of create their portfolio as part of they working on it. So if you look at the digital portfolio of James here, he is, as you can see, I love building Legos, and so he's posting all these things. This is his profile. He's creating his profile, and what we also support is what we call goal setting. So for this innovation class, you're like, okay, I'm going to program my custom bot. Okay, that's part of my the project for this year. So kid can create a goal, and then when they click on the goal, they can come up with an action plan. How I am going to execute on my goal. So this is where you as a educator, teacher, facilitating the kid, helping with organizing his plan, and then as kid is performing all the different, taking different steps to achieve their goal, they can post all that. Okay, so this becomes their very cool digital portfolio. So at the end of each month, at the end of the year, it would be interesting to see a couple of goals that kids came up with, and look at all the things that they're doing as part of the innovation class. Okay, they get to highlight that. Okay, and this is fantastic for them to see how they are progressing and how much effort they have put in, because we track hours they have spent and all that, and you as the teacher get to see what your kids are kind of doing. Okay, so I didn't go through all the features here. So if when you explore it, you will love it. But it's basically what all different features of Thrively can be used in an innovation class. So I just kind of went through that, and you as a teacher here will be able to track everything. So this is kind of your Twitter feed. So as kids are looking at Spark articles, or they're watching those videos, or in the lessons under 4Cs and all that, you get to see all of that. So you have complete control over your classroom as to what they're doing. If you want to control the class, where you want to create so there are 2 ways you can do it. One is kids explore on their own, so you don't have to tell them what they need to do. But sometimes you as a teacher want to control every kid is looking at the same thing, so you can put all this into a playlist. Okay, now let's watch this entrepreneurship thing, okay, together. Okay, so so you can bring in all the Spark articles or all the lessons. You should be able to bookmark, you should be able to add to the playlist, and you can all watch together as a classroom. Or you can also provide individual student learning time. Okay, they can explore things on their own. So and all these projects that are going on, you as a teacher would be able to kind of manage that here. So we are bringing up a lot of interesting courses. If Genius Hour is one thing that you're interested in, So we have a full-blown course here. Okay, so this is Angela Myers. If you have heard of her, she's the one who kind of started the Genius Hour. 20 lessons. You know, so if you want to kind of go through this, Genius Hour can be rolled out in your classroom as part of this. Okay, and if you want to use your innovation class also to kind of help kids with leadership and all that, so we have a full-blown course. We call it Optimal Living. Okay, so this is about, as you can see, from passion to, these are all like soft skills you can help, which is equally important, helping kids build with courage and action, energy. I don't know that some schools think of it like as part of their innovation class, not just technology, but is also supporting non-cognitive features also that can be built as part of that. Okay, so that's kind of the. Let me shut my mouth right now and let you fire away the questions. Okay, does it all make sense, Elena? I went fast, so Elena is again same problem. Oh, crazy! You're having tough time. Andy, can you?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Okay. Good.
Perfect.
I mean, I don't really have too many questions. I don't teach middle school, so basically I see one class every week for the entire building. So I guess the things that I would have to figure out is how to manage that going on with 500 kids.
Oh, you see, how many kids do you see? Do you see kids every week or every day or
every day I see each class once a week, so it's over 500 kids.
Oh, fantastic. Okay.
It's a lot, yeah. And so trying to manage that, what I'd probably do is start with just one grade level, and kind of work into it until I get comfortable with it and kind of figure out how to
Right.
fit it into what I do, because I also have other things I have to do, like basic computer skills, and I mean, I'm getting kindergartners to log into Google right now, which is chaotic.
That should be fun. That's
herding cats, actually.
Right.
But yeah, so I'm just seeing everything and all that Thrively has to offer kind of will get me thinking and trying to figure out how I'm going to manage it. I did it last year. I just ran some kids through the quiz at the beginning, and it was right at the end of the year, so we didn't really get to go further with it. But ideally, I'd like to get the classes involved in it outside of my class, during like their downtime or whatever. Then they can kind of go in and explore or whatever, and then when they come to me, they'll have ideas. Excuse me, and I can try to get them going with the stuff that I have.
I'm super excited about obviously innovation classes where a lot of the teachers have started exploring Thrively. So Erin, she's my colleague. She was a teacher at Park Street Intermediate School, Ohio. I convinced her to jump into Thrively. Okay, so she just quit the classroom. So she's going to be helping also. Okay. One of the things I'm thinking now is you saw that lessons that we have built. If you go to that values and skills, okay. So one of the things we can actually work with both of you, okay, because we are trying to do it like other teachers can also contribute, building out these lessons and all that. So then it becomes consumable. So once you do it, like I was just hearing from you, Andy, like if there is anything that you need outside of what we have got, we would love to help you with that. So you can put that into the playlist, and then kids get to watch that. Okay. So any areas you see like we can help you with. So we work with like 20 teachers who are helping us build out a lot of interesting content. So we are always convincing other teachers to join that club. So if you need help, like anything else that you would love to see in the classroom, we can bring that outside of a lot of stuff already that is there. So the best way is to what I have seen is if you go to Sparks, there are a lot of stuff around coding or the STEM related stuff, technology stuff, even the pathways, right? Just to kind of go there and watch kids watch what does a robotics engineer do, or what does a entrepreneur does, or things like that. What does a video game designer do? When kids all watch together, that's like a lot of learning for them and a lot of inspiration. Like how do I go about doing that? So.
And Sparks was the exploration part, is that right?
Right, right. So Sparks is once kids kind of it's both exploration and also kind of digging deeper. So
Okay.
if kid is interested in coding, we surface them a lot of articles, a lot of sites there they can go and start learning. Okay, and without your knowledge, your kids would be coming out and creating some programs.
Yeah.
Okay,
That'd be awesome.
yeah, and pathways is another area. So Arun and I will think about it also, so we can kind of help you build a curriculum for your entire year. Okay, because it's innovation class. So love to kind of collaborate more closely with both you and Elena, and see how we can build out a full-blown curriculum.
Cool.
Okay.
I like
Yeah,
it.
Genius Hour is used in a lot of the elementary school. I don't know whether have you heard of Genius Hour?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The lady that introduced me to Thrively, her name's Jill Badalamenti. She does a lot of that too.
Oh, Jill. Okay, I know
Yeah.
how you got to know. Okay, Jill is
Yeah.
my power teacher. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we're here now, so you can thank her.
I should. Yeah, Jill is my rock star teacher. So Genius Hour. So just to let you know, one of the challenges schools used to have is, I don't know how to go, but I heard about it, but I don't know how to go about implement it. So we built the entire course. So you see that Angela Moyer's 20 lessons. It's all available in Thrively. So step-by-step instruction of how you go about introducing Genius Hour in your class. Elena, sorry, we can't hear you. Is there a limit to how much video that kids can upload to their portfolios? I can't recall the word. Would be great for some. Yeah. So no, there is no limit there. Okay. The portfolio right now, you can make it public. Okay. Partly because we are still trying to figure out actually talking to the educators. Are they comfortable? Because kids put up something else, and you don't want to get into trouble. So actually, it's very easy feature for us to implement, but we haven't really kind of made it public yet. This is for you. You can see it, and then they can share with their parents. But something we easy to do. We are just careful about like COPPA. You have all that COPPA restrictions and all that, right? So. So sorry, Elena, we can't hear you. We're having some tough fun.
It's probably for the best.
That's a good one. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm pretty excited that you guys have already explored it. I thought you didn't know about Thrively, but it's awesome. I'm going to send an email to Jill now, and yeah, love to figure out a way. Hello, kids. Awesome. Awesome. I love that's your innovation class. That's so cool. So cool. I'm also going to introduce you guys to maybe a couple of other teachers we work with, like Jill Battlement. You already know. We have one. We work with Gina Thackeray. She runs a stream like STEM Lab. I would love you guys to collaborate because that's all I do. I bring awesome people together, and also meet awesome people along the way.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so it's interesting to see what she does and all that. And anything that you guys need support from us, let me know, and we'll put our heads together also to see how we can make it kind of very easy for you.
One question, just while I'm thinking about projects and stuff, is there anything on like TV, like movie creation kind of stuff? Because we do this the Leader in Me program. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I want to get my fourth graders to create like a mini TV series about each of the habits or whatever. Trying to like find resources and things to talk to them about like camera angles and script writing and that kind of stuff, because otherwise I'd just be making it up myself, and I'm no expert. But I was just curious if there's anything in there about that.
We are going to check that and maybe build one for you.
Okay.
That would be a cool one. Aaron, did you hear that?
Kid interrupting there.
Yeah, I heard it.
Okay, perfect. All righty. Yeah, currently, we are publishing, we'll be publishing a lot more lessons as we go along. So check out all those lessons under 4Cs. Also, the character education leadership is like generic, but this is also kind of interesting. Uh, so we'll kind of try to pull together a playlist for you
Okay.
that you can kind of use in your classroom.
I think that's probably where I'll start off is with, like I said, just like maybe 1 or 2 classes or a grade level or small group, because I have like a 45, 50-minute time block in the afternoon that's just open for me to do whatever I want. So
okay,
I started my little makerspace thing over there. You can't really see it, but
okay.
So that's going to start off with like design thinking and things like that. But then I also want to have one, like I said, just focused on creating those videos as like a pet project for a select few kids, that kind of thing.
Yes.
Build from there. So if I could get them in there, or if I could run them through this and find the ones that are actually interested in that type of stuff, that might help focus it and make it a little easier on me, rather than trying to drag kids that aren't, that don't care about it to follow along. So that's probably where I'm going to start off with it.
Okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense, and we'll also put our heads together as to what other things that we can put. Right now, it is like a lot of stuff in there. Okay, so we can make it a little bit more structured for you. So.
Okay, sounds good. And I got to get going too with.
Okay.
There I got.
Perfect. Elena, do you have any? Anyway, you guys know my email address, so maybe Elena, if you can loop in Andy, so I'll have Andy's contact info, and yeah, love to collaborate more closely this year.
Awesome.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, folks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.